and putting out the hypothesis that some of this was AI generated.
Indeed. Because how can we know that it's not?
I don't think she fully understood or was even interested in what the role was supposed to become. I mean, the idea that, she hadn't earned enough brownie points.
Given that this clearly is not a bump that at all looks like a human pregnant bump. Alexandra Marshall, what do you make of this video?
Archie's birth was messy right from the beginning. Everyone around the world was waiting for Meghan and Harry to share the happy news. But instead of bringing joy, they brought a lot of confusion, strange choices, and a public plan that went completely wrong. Now that time has passed and things are calming down. What's left behind doesn't just seem a little weird, it's actually full of big drama. Let's make one thing clear, when it comes to royal babies, there's a special way things are. Always done, but Harry and Meghan totally ignored those rules. Forget the happy moment on the hospital steps and the big smiles for the crowd. When Archie Harrison Mountbatten-Windsor was born, Harry and Meghan gave the public tricks and mystery instead of happy memories. People were left confused and unsure. This wasn't just them doing things differently, it felt like a sneaky trick. The press releases didn't match, there were weird delays, and their public appearances felt fake. What should have been a sweet time felt like a scene from a soap opera. The whole thing dragged on strangely, and royal fans started asking, what are Harry and Meghan really hiding?
Ingratiate yourself and garner that goodwill, but I don't think she had that approach or attitude. And you could say it's very American, very can-do spirit. You have to go for what you want.
Schools, was it?
Exactly.
It was, the Queen had this role carved out.
In the royal family, being exact and clear is super important, especially when a baby is born. But when Archie was born, nothing was clear. Usually, when a royal baby is on the way, the palace lets everyone know right away, and then they give updates after the baby is born, with a doctor's note and maybe some photos. But this time, things got strange. Meghan was said to be in labor after the baby was already born. The palace waited hours to say anything, and when they finally did, the story already wasn't making sense. Why were they hiding something so simple? Why all the mystery?
To leave, I'm afraid, and that's my opinion now. It wasn't at first. I thought, like everyone else, I thought when she first arrived, she'd be great. But I think slowly but surely, over the years, the evidence has mounted that she just didn't, intend on staying. And she's isolated Harry from her family.
Things got even weirder when photos of Meghan came out showing her baby bump looking strange. One famous photo from Getty looked like a pillow was moving under her dress. Some people even thought the photo was changed on purpose. Getty, the company that took the photo, said it was real, but the picture got people talking like crazy. That's when a lot of people started guessing that maybe someone else carried the baby. But what made these guesses grow bigger was that Harry and Meghan didn't say anything to stop the rumors. The public felt like they were being tricked, and honestly, it made sense to feel that way. When no one tells the truth, people start making things up, and Harry and Meghan's silence just made it worse.
That she just didn't, intend on staying. And she's isolated Harry from her family, from his family, and now we are where we are.
I do think Harry should take a lot of the blame though, because
tradition in the royal family isn't just about rules, it's about helping people feel connected. When royal babies are born, the public usually gets to join in the happiness. People see the proud parents outside the hospital, holding the baby wrapped in royal blankets, smiling at the cameras. But when Archie was born, Harry and Meghan skipped all of that. Instead, they chose to do a private photo shoot inside Windsor Castle 2 days after the baby was born. There were no fans, no hospital workers, and nothing that felt real, just one reporter, one photographer, and to royals who looked more like they were reading a script than celebrating a brand new baby.
10 years. And I think, yes, I don't doubt that William was any less in love with Catherine as Harry was with Meghan, but he understood that it's not just about him, his feelings. There's an institution and someone's life at risk as well. You are literally ushering someone into a completely different lifestyle that many people can't even fathom.
To a lot of people, the photo moment didn't feel warm or special. It felt fake. Like something made by a company. The background was perfect. The lighting was amazing. But the feeling just wasn't there. Where was the joy? Where were the real emotions that new parents usually show when William and Kate had their babies? They came outside the hospital just hours later. Their hair was messy. Their smiles were tired. But they looked proud and real. The difference between them and Harry and Meghan wasn't just how things looked. It was how it felt. Harry and Meghan's serious, stiff moment made royal fans feel left out. Instead of feeling closer to them, people felt pushed away, and when people feel shut out, they start to get suspicious.
And I don't think Harry had that approach. He just thought, here's this beautiful, articulate woman. I'm head over heels in love with her. I'm going to shoehorn her into this institution, and it must bend to her will because...
Of course, every famous person wants privacy, especially when it comes to their kids. That's totally fair. But when you're a royal and you've built your whole image around being public, keeping everything secret starts to look like you're hiding something. Harry and Meghan said they just wanted time alone to enjoy their new baby. But their actions made people think something else was going on. They didn't set clear limits. Instead, they mixed up the timeline, avoided questions, and made things more confusing. And the more they said the word privacy, the more it seemed like they were trying to keep people in the dark.
Because we have more cachet than they think we do. And that's the fundamental difference. I don't think necessarily she dragged him from the family. I just think Harry was very unwise. He was not a very wise person, and I don't think he chose someone who was culturally a very good fit for the institution. And
let's talk about Archie's birth certificate. Royal baby certificates normally include important info like the doctor's name, time of birth, and official signatures. But Archie's was missing a doctor's name. Then, weeks later, Meghan's real name, Rachel Meghan Markle, was taken off the form. Instead, it just showed her royal title. Why go through all the trouble of doing that? Why remove her real name from such an important document? Some people blamed the palace. Others said Meghan was trying to send a message. Either way, it didn't feel right. Some news said Archie was born at 5:26 a.m., while others said to 26 a.m. That's not just a small mistake. That's a big difference, especially for one of the most watched royal births in years. How could they mess up something so simple?
in Meghan's mind, she probably just thought, actually, this isn't for me. And leaving was not something that was much of a problem for her, because I don't think she had that kind of ties to it, emotional connection to the institution in the first place.
And the confusion didn't stop there. The whole way they announced Archie's birth was strange. No one knew Meghan was in labor. The palace waited 8 hours to confirm the birth. Then they had that awkward photo shoot 2 days later, and no one ever explained what hospital they used. There was no clear place, no known medical team, and no behind-the-scenes photos to show what happened. Even when they introduced Archie, the moment felt fake and lifeless. Meghan and Harry didn't look happy. They looked serious, careful, and like they were acting. And that's a problem. Royals don't have to tell everyone everything. But when the details don't make sense, people start guessing on their own. And what should have been a happy birth turned into a confusing story full of secrets and weird media moves. Most celebrities would try to clear things up a little, but Harry and Meghan stayed completely quiet, so questions kept growing. Was Meghan really pregnant? Why were no doctors there? Why was the timeline so strange? Why did they change the birth certificate?
Well, didn't live for very long though, did she?
Oh yeah, she did.
Yeah, but a year or two after a massive great wedding that cost us all about £30 million. I mean, I think she could have put in at least 5 years before deciding it was
Absolutely
not.
Not 5 years.
Not 18 months, you know.
I've said this before. I think I think Harry was very much lost a couple of partners in the past because I think things had gone wrong, or the press exposure, or the pressure.
Terrified of losing
I
her.
think he was,
Yeah, he just wanted to lock her down. And we are where we are. I mean, look, at the end of the day, they look like they were making a pretty good go of their marriage, because
People started coming up with wild ideas, but Harry and Meghan still stayed silent. The worst part, they never spoke directly about the surrogacy rumors. Meghan had lots of chances to stop the gossip. She could have made a short statement, posted a picture, or said something simple about her pregnancy. But she didn't, and that made people wonder if maybe the rumors were true. When Meghan and Harry did their big interview with Oprah, people expected huge news, and that's exactly what they got. Meghan said Archie didn't get a royal title because of his race, and that story spread all over the world. But actually, that wasn't quite true. According to royal rules made long ago, Archie wasn't supposed to be a prince at birth. William's kids only got their titles early because the Queen made a special choice. Harry and Meghan could have asked for the same, but they didn't. And they also didn't correct what Meghan said. That same kind of thing kept happening in their Netflix series. Each episode of their show made Harry and Meghan look like victims of racism, the media, and palace drama. But the more they shared, the more people noticed things didn't line up. The dates didn't match. Some of their stories didn't agree with old interviews, and instead of clearing things up, their show focused on making people angry. Take Archie's birth certificate again. It was released super late, didn't have a doctor's name, and later had Meghan's full name swapped with Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex. Harry's name was changed to. No one explained why. People wondered, was it part of branding? Was it to make Meghan look more royal? No one knew. Meghan's team blamed the palace but never gave answers. That just made the rumor stronger, including the surrogacy one. There were no hospital photos, no doctor interviews, no clear timeline, just changed documents, weird photos, and outfits that made people talk. Instead of making royal traditions feel fresh and real, Harry and Meghan came off as secretive and planned. They asked for privacy, but also released media stories. They didn't follow the royal rules, but also didn't give the public anything honest to hold on to. They wanted people to feel sorry for them, but didn't give people a reason to trust them. Every question they left unanswered, every delay, made the public trust them less. They could have fixed it all with one clear message or a simple record, but they didn't, and that silence left space for the public to make up their own stories. Maybe the truth is still out there, but people stopped believing Harry and Meghan. Not because they broke royal rules, but because they broke trust and never tried to earn it back. They had every chance to be real and honest, but they chose to stay silent and keep spinning the story if they want people to trust them again. Now's the time to speak up, be honest, and tell the full truth before someone else tells it for them.